everyone, and welcome to the Koala Club Podcast, a podcast made by and for international students in Australia. I am Kevin.
And I am Trang, and we talk about everything education, work, and lifestyle for overseas students in Australia. Welcome back to the second episode of the Koala Club Podcast. What are we going to talk about today, Kevin?
Hi, Trang. Today we're gonna talk a little bit about an overview of the Australian higher education system. With this episode in particular, we'll be focused more on the bachelor degree level. Higher education system in Australia basically means education from and above university level. There are three main types of higher educations. There are bachelor, master degree, and doctoral degree. With bachelor, you get bachelor with honors, and with master degree, you have two main streams, which is research and coursework. And you also have doctoral degree, which is most likely be 3 to 4 years of research.
Yeah, that's also called a PhD as well.
Yes,
in short.
That's right.
Yeah, so let's give a quick outline of the university year in Australia. So as the seasons are opposite in Australia to the rest of the world, our summer is towards the ending part of the year, so around December, and then our winter is in July. Hence, the university year starts around mid-February. So this is when there's what they call the orientation week. New students will come onto campus, they will get their new student card, they will learn about campus life. There will be a lot of campus activities going on. So a lot of information stalls on food, information about what clubs you can join. So it's a really vibrant and buzzing week of uni. Everyone's very chilled and relaxed because everyone's trying to learn and meet new people and just slowly integrate into campus life. So I think that's one of my favorite weeks on campus.
It's definitely one of my favorite weeks as well. If you are new students, make sure you don't miss that. I remember every semester we got that orientation week. It's really fun. A lot of activities and lots of free food as well.
Yeah.
And sometimes live music and all that. So it's really fun.
Yeah, so as Kevin mentioned, do not miss this week. I know some students come the week after, so it's not compulsory to attend all week, but it's highly recommended. And university studies actually officially start around the first week of March. So every year there will normally be 2 sessions per year for a bachelor's degree, and they will call this a semester. So you start in March, you do about 12 to 13 weeks, you get a mid-session recess in between, and after the 13 weeks you sit your exams, and then you get your winter break in July. So the uni session starts again in August, and this is the spring session. So again, you do 12 to 13 weeks, and you sit your exams, and you get your summer break in December. So summer break is 3 months until February again, and then the year starts again.
Yeah, some degrees, some course does have an extra semester during that summer break. Like they got that extra semester in December. As we call it will be a trimester. Before we get into uni course, a lot of students go through this pathway of attending a foundation course. So can you tell us a little bit more about the foundation course, Chad?
Yeah, so foundation courses they're like a pathway program to university. So if you're just short of academic or English requirements to enter your university degree, you can you can apply for a foundation course. This could be 2 or 3 sessions during the year. So it will only go for about a year. And provided that you meet all the requirements and pass all the tests and get the desired results in your foundation course, you can go straight into the second year of the bachelor degree. So really, you don't miss out on it. You don't lose any time. I know some students do want to do additional foundation courses, so like do more English courses so that their beginning period in Australia is a little bit longer before they actually go into their bachelor's degree. So if they feel like they need more time to integrate into the community in Australia, that's what some students do as well.
Yeah, I think it's actually a very good pathway. You're not thrown straight into the uni life where it's more like a lot of self-study. Foundation probably got a little bit more support. And in the meantime, you can, improve your English skills, and then you can get used to the way of studying in Australia. In a bachelor degree course, you got major, double major, and minor as well. You want to give us a rundown on that, Chad?
Yeah, so most uni courses are 3 years. Usually in the first year, well, for me, because I did a Bachelor of Commerce, in my first year, I studied all of the commerce subjects. And then in the second year, I started to go into my major. So what a major is, this is your area of specialization. So when you graduate, it will say Bachelor of Commerce, major in accountancy or marketing, whichever your major is. So usually you'd only pick one major for your bachelor's degree. If you do want to specialize in 2 areas, you do a double major. I think the course duration is still the same, but instead of doing electives, which is subjects that you can do that's not related to your degree, you can choose to do another major. So if you're doing a Bachelor of Commerce, you may want to major in accountancy and finance. And there's a thing called minors as well. So if you want some additional expertise in another area, in addition to your major, you can choose to do a minor as well. So again, instead of doing electives, you'll do more subjects in one area. So for example, commercial law or something. So you would graduate with a major in your major and minor in commercial law. But I don't think this is listed on your degree, so it will be on your transcript, but it won't be on your official degree. But of course, you can mention it on your resume when you're applying for jobs.
Yeah, it's more like some sort of electives when you have study some area of your own interest or passion. If you do an engineering degree and you can choose a minor, or you can select some elective in commerce or law just because you enjoy that part as well. To officially get listed in your degree, we probably talk about double degrees. It kind of increase years of staying in unis. If you do a 3 years course, it could be 4 years. If you do a 4 years course like engineering, it could be 5 to 6 years in total. And at completion, students will receive 2 degrees together. For example, Bachelor of Commerce and Bachelor of Engineering. So I know a lot of my friends, classmates, back when I was in uni, they actually did this. And common one now, you have Bachelor of Engineering and Commerce, Bachelor of Commerce and Law, Bachelor of Laws and Social Studies, and etc. If you can't decide on one major that you want and you kind of have a passion for both areas, you can go down this route to obtain a double degree.
Yeah, I do know a lot of people that did double degrees as well. So if they are interested in 2 areas, in 2 faculties, they undertake this, and it sort of broadens your career prospects, I guess, even though you would obviously spend more time studying at university. But when you graduate, say from a Bachelor of Commerce and Bachelor of Law, you can go work in commercial law or in more commercial firms, and you can apply your business knowledge plus your law knowledge. I guess that does give you an advantage and a competitive edge too, if that's something you are considering.
Let's talk about master degree. So this is focused solely more on bachelor degree, but we're just gonna give a little brief about the other 2 type of higher education as well. You can call it postgraduate study as well. It is the degree comes after your bachelor degree, in which you want to further advance your knowledge in that area. For example, if I do engineering bachelor degree, I can go into a master degree of civil engineering, or I can go into a master degree of project management, or I can go all together into different areas. Some people do a Bachelor of Engineering and then they do a master degree in business administration, MBA, to move into more managerial position or more business side of the company. With master degrees, there are 2 types. There's research and there's coursework. So with research, is quite similar to what you will study in PhD, which is you pick a topic and you do research work on it, and then you present as like a thesis. You present your report, present your testing, your theory, and then you try to defend that thesis. For coursework, it's more like you giving a real life project to work on, be it like a company, a case study, or something in a real life business, when you're trying to use the knowledge you learn in the master degree to solve a real life problem. After master, you got PhD or doctoral degrees. Now this normally comes with scholarship and stipend, because to me it's kind of like a full-time job. Really, it is a full-time job. because it could last anywhere between 3 to 4 years or 5 to 6 years, depends on if you can finish your PhD in time. So the process is at first you need to draft your proposal. You need to find an area you're interested with, preferably an area with good funding as well. So that's part of your research at the beginning. And then you do a proposal to kind of convince the university that your target of research is of interest to them and will benefit the university and the society after you finish the degree. After that, you may get accepted, and that may come with a full-time tuition fee waived scholarship, and you may receive a stipend, like a set amount of money you get given maybe twice a year to help you with your normal life when we're doing this. That's why I say it's kind of full-time job. For those that do a bachelor degree with honors, your last year bachelor thesis will kind of give you a taste of the PhD life, because you also pick an area, topic, research, do testing, and try to defend that thesis. But all that process is happening in 1 year, your last year bachelor degree. So it's kind of a shortened and kind of a slight taste of the PhD life.
Yeah, so I guess once you're done with your bachelor's, if you really have a clear idea of where you want to go, ideally in the position you want to be in, so you know that you want to do a master's and then go further into a PhD because it's very research-based. I guess the career prospects after doing that is you can become a lecturer or professor or researcher in your field. So I think most people that go into master's by research and then into a PhD are those after that career path.
Yep.
Because it does take a lot of time and commitment. I think when people graduate from a bachelor's, they usually decide whether do I want to go out into industry, get a job now, or do I further my studies and go down a different career path. So I think that's an important question to ask yourself when you're approaching the end of your bachelor's degree. And just with that honors thesis that you mentioned in the bachelor's degree, when do you have to decide whether you're going to do that extra honors year? Is it by the third year, or do you have to decide that from the get-go, from the beginning?
If I remember correctly, when I was in uni, third year, I think that's when you decide. Just about PhD as well, these structures we're given is not fixed. Some people can do bachelor degree, and if they have outstanding results, they can go straight to PhD.
Oh,
so
wow.
that's a good point as well.
Yeah, so you can cut down your time if you're an outstanding student and skip that 1 or 2 years of master's degree.
So when I was in my last year finishing, I got offered to do PhD directly, but because I don't think my result was that outstanding. It was good, not bad, but it was not outstanding by any means. So the catch is the unit say I can do PhD, but I wouldn't have the stipend. As in, I don't have to pay the tuition fee, but I wouldn't get the stipend to help me with it. And now I think about it, 4 years full time, so it's kind of hard. So I said no. I turned down the offer. But yeah, some people with more outstanding results than myself can go directly and with the stipend. And if that's what you want to do, move deeper in the academic life and in your career.
So next, I guess we want to sort of delve down into our study paths. So with myself, as I mentioned before, I grew up in Vietnam. So I went to an international school and I studied the British curriculum. So in year 10 and year 11, I did the IGCSEs, and year 12 and 13, I did the A-levels. So that's what students would do in the UK. And it's sort of equivalent to, say, the HSC here in Australia or the IB in America or any other high school diplomas around the world. So I came to University of Wollongong and I studied the Bachelor of Commerce with Dean Scholar program. So my course was 3 years. So most commerce degrees are 3 years. And obviously if you want to do an honors, that adds on another year onto it. I started off with an economics major. So I came in thinking I was going to do economics. And what's great about the Bachelor of Commerce is that in the first year you do all commerce subjects. So you sort of get a taste of what other fields could be like. I ended up changing to accountancy in my first session, and it was funny because I attended a few lectures by this really great lecturer in accountancy. I think it was Accounting Fundamentals, and he was really engaging and intriguing. and I could really see myself being really immersed in this field. And hence I was like, okay, I'll change my major to accountancy. And that's what's really great about the Bachelor of Commerce degree, because you can sort of change your mind in the first session. I guess that's good because it gives you the flexibility. You don't have to pick your major from the start and stick with it. And obviously that would change what you would study for the rest of the course. So make sure you make up your mind in your first session. Because in your second session, you have to do like accounting 1 or 2 in order to do the accounting subject in your second year. So you don't want to misplan what subjects you're going to do for the rest of your course. And I always give people this tip. So go into the university website, look at what subjects are required to complete your course, and then plan it out. Write down what subjects you're going to do spring and second year so that you know you're going to meet all the prerequisites and all the required subjects before you go into the next subject. Some subjects they only offer once a year.
So some subjects they don't offer for both autumn and spring. So some subjects only available in spring sessions. So that means if you miss out on that, you have to wait until the next year to do that subject again.
And I also did so my degree was a Bachelor of Commerce with the Dean Scholar program. So I think a few universities do offer this extra Dean Scholar program. So what you actually study is not any different to everyone else doing the Bachelor of Commerce. It's just when you graduate, your degree will say Bachelor of Commerce, open bracket, Dean Scholar, close bracket. And what this program signifies, I guess, is that you're part of a high-performing cohort.
An elite group. If we may say, part of an elite group, VIP club. Sorry to interrupt you here, but that's what I want to ask you about as well, because I think I was studying as well in the honors program, but I totally was not aware of this Dean Scholar program. I think I missed out. I don't know if I could apply, but I think I missed out. Ever since I known about it, I think third year, I was like, oh, what is this secret Dean Scholar club? Sounds very elite. And it sounds like a secret VIP club, that sort of elite student club. So yeah, why don't you tell us more about this Dean Scholar program that our peasant students not part of?
So you can actually apply to be in this program from the start of your degree. So when you fill out your application form to go into uni, you can apply for this program as well. Or if you missed out for any of the reasons, you can still apply after year 1. So after your first year of uni, you can, I think, get an application form from the university, and they will assess you based on your performance in year 1. And if they say, yep, you did well, you can enter the Dean Scholar program from year 2. So I guess if you miss out the start, don't worry, because if you try hard in year 1, then you can make it in year 2. And basically to keep this, I guess, designation of a Dean Scholar, you need to maintain an average score of a distinction in every session. So I think distinction is about 75%. So you just need to maintain this grade every session, and then you keep this Dean Scholar designation. And they give you extra benefits as being a Dean Scholar program. I think every uni would be a bit different, but in my experience, I was given a book allowance every session, so that's just extra money.
You mean why our normal poor students just borrow books from library for free? I was just joking here, but what I heard about is, book allowance. And would you say study space as well?
Yeah. So it's like a designated space. Like on the uni campus, there's a lot of areas where you can sit down and study, but it does get extremely crowded, and this is a privilege that I really enjoy.
Oh yeah, it sounds surely very nice to have those privilege. I'm just trying so hard to not sound like jealously. For real. Can you tell us where is actually this study space inside uni? I heard about it, and in my mind picture like a secret door and you push a button and you move a statue.
Well, it's in building 40 of the uni. It's just a room like any other room, but it's got desks
and secret library.
And there's actually a lock on the door. So
see.
See.
That's
so that's the
that's what I mean.
Area.
So even if you stalk one of, like, say if I stalk Trang and follow, I wouldn't even. Oh, what's the code? And imagine in there with the secret library there with all the advanced book.
No, there is no secret library, unfortunately, but it would have been good. I guess I want to mention the benefit of the Dean Scholar program is the fact that it's on your degree. It's on your official degree. It stays with you for life, and you can put that down in your resume, and that sort of gives you a competitive edge as well.
Oh, definitely.
See your resume, they know you're part of the Dean Scholar.
Definitely. I think it's really beneficial if you can have that. But at the same time, it's hard work as well. Like you said, you have to maintain your distinction average. Study is the main focus. So you may think like, oh, it's not that hard to keep it over 75. But when you actually start uni in here, especially if you do study and part-time jobs and you have to take care of yourself, do all the washing, cooking, everything else by yourself, it's actually quite hard to keep your mark above like 75 or 80 for every semester.
So Kevin, do you want to delve further into your study journey in Australia?
Yes, so I finished my middle school in Vietnam, which is year 6 to year 9, and I was studying first semester of year 10 in Vietnam, and then I took off to Australia to start year 10 again. And it was in 2010, finished my high school in Sydney, which is year 10 to year 12, and after that I finished my university entrance exam here, which is called HSC, Higher School Certificate. And I moved out to Wollongong to start my bachelor degree in engineering, major in civil for Wollongong Uni. Actually, in my first year, I start with mining engineering major. But after the first year, I kind of realized that I'm not really suited for mining. I don't really enjoy the subject about mining, and also the prospect of doing all the fly in fly out, go to remote area all the time, it just doesn't really suit me. So I changed to a civil engineering major in my second year. My degree was a single degree. It's 4 years long. That's a normal duration for an engineering course. During my study, I had 2 scholarships for international students to help me with my tuition fee. One of them called Undergraduate Excellence Scholarship, and the other one is Faculty Merit Scholarship. Each gives 25% tuition fee, so a total of 50% tuition fee waive. So that really helped me a lot. At my 4th year, which is my final year, I also do a thesis to graduate with an honor degree. As we mentioned before, thesis in the last year, the bachelor degree is like a small test for the PhD life, in which I pick a topic in civil engineering, do research on it, and produce testing, produce results and new findings, and I have to kind of make a presentation and my final report to defend that thesis.
So that's really interesting that you also changed your major. So you picked mining, and then after that you changed to civil.
Yes.
So what made you pick the Bachelor of Engineering at the beginning? Like, did you think about the career prospects, or did you have a particular interest in engineering?
Yeah, a bit of both. In my high school, I was always interested in STEM subjects, which is science, mathematics, and I like physics. So that's why when I go to uni, I kind of, that sounds like engineering. And also, I heard that Wollongong Uni has a very good reputation at teaching engineering. Just from there, my early research showed that at least with an engineering degree, it would not be very hard for you to find work. So that's my take on it. How about you, Trang? You also mentioned that you've changed from economic major to accountancy. Yep. What made you make that decision? And given your current career now, do you feel like you're satisfied with that decision?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think that I made the right decision. So yeah, as I mentioned before, I was really intrigued by that first accounting subject that I studied, and I think the lecturer played a big part in that. At the start, I didn't have a super clear image of where I wanted my career to go. Hence, I picked economics because I did enjoy studying economics back in high school. I thought maybe I could do something with that in the future, but I think accounting gave me a clearer sense of where I wanted to go. And I was lucky in that in my final year of university, I did an internship at an accounting firm, and that sort of cemented further this was what I wanted to do in my career. So that led me to work in that accounting firm afterwards, and we will have another episode on internships to talk about this further. But that did open doors for me to work in accounting, and right now I'm very happy with my decision to have changed from economics to accounting. Happy with where I am in my career, and I know there'll be more exciting things to come in future years.
Yeah, nice. So I think that's a wrap for our second episode. We go through the bachelor degree system, focus more on bachelor degree, and with our own experience.
Yeah, we hope that's given you a better insight into the types of degrees on offer in Australia and sort of give you a clear idea of where you want to go, what degrees you want to do, and sort of our career paths that we've taken with what we've studied. Thank you for tuning into today's episode. Any questions or suggestions, please leave a comment in our Instagram, the Koala Club Podcast. And we hope you'll come back for more.
Yeah, definitely. We hope you enjoy our content here today and stay tuned for more episodes like this.